Isn't It Romantic? We got Rebel Wilson, who she said, you know what, I hate romantic films because you know what, all those pretty people in those movies, they wouldn't like my big ass. You know, I'm just bitter. I'm not one of the pretty people. Plus, her mama told her at a young, you know, it's rough. Her mama told her at a young age, baby, don't nobody want your ugly ass.
I know. You gonna grow up and you ain't gonna be shit.
Yeah, mama just hates you. You gonna grow up to be a hag like me, looking to the future.
It's just a movie. You see, Natalie, life's not a fairy tale. Girls like us don't get that.
But why?
Well, look in the mirror, doll. We're no Julia Roberts.
You had to laugh that the first thing her mama does in the morning is make herself a box wine float.
A box wine float. That shit had whipped cream at the top.
Big dog.
What's her name? Saunders? What's her name?
Jennifer Saunders.
Jennifer Saunders, who was it's very funny in her
Yeah.
brief moment in there, man. Just look to her daughter, dead in the eyes. You ain't shit with your little chub ass.
Nobody want us.
Don't nobody want us.
Yeah, people like us. They don't like us.
This don't bring me to your miserable world. I'm gonna be somebody. No, you ain't. Now drink this.
You know who
shit.
you're gonna be? Look over here. This is who you're gonna be.
Yeah. So she's got a complex, man. You know, low self-esteem, and everybody notices that. Everybody takes advantage of that when she goes to the office. Hey, bring your big ass in and throw this trash away.
Right.
I mean, since she ain't
And
supposed
jump
to do
in after.
Yeah, go fix the. They do. She's the trash man. Hey, go fix the copy machine. They dog her ass out, man. She gets no respect. She gets no respect from the world, man. Except for one person or two that admire her. Assistant admires her, and she's got another guy there that really sees her for what she is. But she's too busy trying to get attention from the pretty people out there.
Just like everyone else in
Just
the world.
like everyone else, man. And it's not until
You always say you want a nice guy. What about me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's Liam Hemsworth over there. So.
Yeah. I mean, I can lose this weight, but that face. But hey, just like all in any of these movies, the old conk on the head.
That's all it takes, man.
It just changes everything. And she gets the old conk on the head, and all those romantic comedies, those rom-coms that she hated so much, she finds herself living in them now. In not such a bad place. She's living in a luxurious life. Big shoe closet, great job. Everything she puts on. She can't walk out of a hospital without putting on the finest of dresses. Instant makeovers every morning. Not so bad, right? Well, the saying, and on top of it, she finally gets Mr. Hemsworth. Got on gay stereotype. But she finally gets the dream. She's like, hey, all this stuff is weird, but if I can get Liam Hemsworth or Thor 2.0, then that's fine. I'm good.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, so, is Thor around? I mean, no, you're good now. Don't get me wrong.
Fuck, mate. He's not really a god. He is to me. Fuck off. So I'll take it. But as the saying always goes, be careful what you ask for.
Sure.
You never know. Is that the case here? Let's go ahead and take. Where's Thor? He's not here, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. We'll be back with our review.
Hey, I'm Jack.
Natalie.
Give me the purse.
He punched her like she had a dick.
I know.
It's like a Mortal Kombat move. Pussy punch.
Last night was amazing. Natalie,
First strike before even walking to this theater here. I'm not a big fan of, not all the time. It's not anything against Rebel Wilson, but I'm not the hugest fan of Rebel Wilson, and it's the same reason why I'm for certain films I'm not a big fan of Melissa McCarthy.
Sure.
I'm not into the whole thing of plus size comedians having to go for easy laughs by using their bodies as a comedic prop.
To fall.
To fall, yeah, because not even 10 minutes, not even 10. We didn't make it to 10 minutes. before her big ass run out in the middle of the street to stop a runaway hot dog cart.
Yeah, that's right. It was early in the movie, and I was like, "This is a bad sign. I'm not gonna make it."
yeah. And what happened after she got hit by the car? Cart's okay, but of course she went splat on the ground,
and everybody just laughs.
And everybody just laughs, man. The whole thing is one big fat joke in the beginning of this movie. You know, because it really is. It's not because no one wants me or I'm alone because I'm ordinary. It's because I'm fat. No one loves me because I'm fat. I can't get guys because I'm fat. People mug me because I'm fat. She's like, why does this happen to me? And it's because the message is because you're fat, and because when I mug you, you're gonna fall, and it's gonna be funny.
Huh.
You know, and plus, it's not tragedy when it happens to a fat person.
Yeah, if I mug a skinny person, people will feel sympathy and they'll chase me. If I mug a fat person, they'll fall, everyone will laugh, and I'll get away.
Yeah, and there's no funny, there's no comedy in that. And it doesn't help, man. That they at work, she's they got her sitting. They put her desk. I think they did it on purpose. They put her desk right in front of a billboard with the most beautiful, skinniest supermodel that you could see. And also, it doesn't help you feel for her either when as Adam Levine, right?
Yeah.
When Adam Levine, we're not spoiling anything. They make it very obvious that he's into her. I mean, he's even saying, "Hey, why don't you go out with me? I've asked you out several times." And let's be frank, ain't nobody else asking you to go out. I mean, come on.
But I get it because all he ever wants to do is karaoke, and I hate karaoke.
Yeah, he was annoying too. But I was like, come on. I mean, you got to cut your losses and take what you got. You know?
And see, now you doing it.
Yeah, I'm being real. I mean, because Adam Levine is a handsome guy.
Yeah,
I mean, and Rebel Wilson. I mean, I think she's gorgeous. I'm not gonna hold her weight against her. I think she's beautiful. But the other thing with Rebel Wilson, I'm not a fan of her rambling comedy. In addition to the fat jokes that they have to force her into in some of these movies, that's why I did not like those
Pitch Perfect
movies, man.
Right.
When they just start making her the brunt of all these.
Well,
fat
they call
jokes.
her Fat Amy. That's the
Jesus Christ.
That's the name of her character. And she makes references to it all the time, and constantly about her weight and falling and the rambling. Yeah.
And that's what, and it's not just the overweight jokes, man, but it's also the rambling. Like I'm just gonna keep saying something until I stumble on something funny, until I trip and fall on something funny. Even because that's what they do at the beginning of the movie, man. There's about 5 minutes where they're talking about romantic comedies, and the tropes of romantic comedies, and a lot of it is her just going on and on. Oh, and then they kiss, and then they and they go out, and it's not real, and they hate each other, and it smishes me, and I'm just like, not only are you just trying to, you're doing this until you make a face that makes the crowd laugh, or do something silly that makes the crowd laugh.
I kind of laughed at that part.
I did not. I mean, and that's cool. I'm that person sitting up there mad as fuck. I want to go
I was like,
home.
everything she's saying is true.
It's true, but it's not just for her that I didn't like it. Yes, her rambling gets to me a lot, and I did not like it. But for me, it was like, okay, you're setting up all the tropes that we are going to see, that you're going to just put out in full display for what you're saying. I thought that there was a better way to set that up other than just over-explaining the obvious. Mm-hmm. And that annoyed me a little bit because you have this is a high concept premise that you have right here. When you got that, make the best of it, man. Don't handhold with it. Mm-hmm. Don't over-explain. Shit, you didn't even say almost mansplaining her. But yeah. So it was too much of a setup. But and when they cross over into the romantic comedy part, it's like, I like how the art direction is and the cinematography changes, man, because I'll tell you one thing they did that was cool. And I know you noticed this. I love the way they just made New York look like shit.
Yeah.
Everything had a shit stain on it.
I thought they just made New York look like New York.
No. They wiped their ass with New York in this movie. New York is
more like New York from the 70s.
He's like, man, I'm from New York. You're right. He went to our New York show. I talked about how much New York smells like shit in that show. I mean, they wiped their ass with New York. And I said that before, but nowhere else could you see it. I mean, everything looks like it's got skid marks on it in this movie. And but what they did is that it's a gritty, dirty way to film it. The colors are muted to get a grimier look. And also, they did it like a handheld movie, man, to bring in the realism of it. So when they cross over into romantic comedy world, the camera actually has a tripod now. Everything has color. The costume design is great. Cinematography is vibrant, colorful. I thought it worked well because there's some parts in here, which is what I love about the art direction, is that there's a lot of CG that they use to make New York look like it looks.
Yeah.
But it's seamless with the characters and the story when they actually are in full play.
Yeah.
I thought that was a real bonus with this film.
Yeah.
Right there doing that. Outside of that, I thought they got some funny gags right here, man, with New York looking all vibrant. I mean, New York just looking clean for some reason. New York looking clean as a joke. They killed all the homeless people and burned the bodies. It's
that ain't New York. Well, what about this? Well, that's not it either.
Yeah.
Can you get somewhere in the middle?
I thought it was a one-note gag up until they brought in, and this is probably where I agree with you, Martin, up until they brought in Priyanka Chopra is her name. When they brought her in, I thought, okay, now they're doing something with the premise, because our whole thing is that she hooks up with Adam Levine. He gets his own fantasy tale in here. And I thought, all right, now we're actually playing with the promise of the premise right here. And I started getting into it at that point right there. Probably catching up to where you were.
Okay. When she first wakes up in this world, it's all about all these handsome guys who are in her life who find her irresistible.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay, so that's what this is. And to find out, which they really did set it up that way, and then went like, oh, no, sorry. We misled you. No, she's in a romantic comedy world. I was like, you know what? It's high concept. It's kind of fun. She's already talked about these things, and now here's that chance to really skewer all that stuff or just explore it. And I don't think it's always successful. I think this time there's so many times where I go like, man, there were some good jokes to be made out of the situation that you guys left some good jokes on the table.
Yeah.
Or you left some other good just things to speak on.
Yeah.
But one thing they were able to tackle that I really did like was the gay best friend character. I was like, thank you. Somebody is finally addressing this and throwing it in the audience's face hard.
Oh yeah, that's that is what is that guy's name? Brandon Scott Jones. I thought that was one of the things that they did very well too in addressing that how everybody has that cliched, stereotypical point to almost being offensive. You got gay sidekick, gay neighbor, gay roommate, gay best friend growing up,
who's only there to help out the main character, and then goes off to some life that seems to not exist.
Yeah. This is second to the magical mystical Negro.
Yep.
Because I'm fabulous, but I give great advice, bitch. I'll tell you what was funny to me in this, man. You talking about a sight gag that was funny. I thought there are some very clever moments here, man. That dog, because that dog,
the dogs always get
that
you.
dog looks so nice right there, but back in real New York, that dog was so dirty and nasty. That dog was so like that dog was that dog was neglected, man. That dog, like when you see that dog in New York, the real New York, that dog got crust in his eyes. These dogs got it like look like somebody threw that dog down a chimney, man. That dog got dirt on him. Like she is not taking care of that dog, man. You see that dog and you're like, man, I do not want her to go back to real New York just for the sake of that dog, man, because she's killing that animal. I thought that was a good sight gag. I tell you though. I guess I thought it was a one note gag with this until they started bringing in these other elements. And one of the things that I thought was cool was bringing in the musical numbers. It's again something that not all romantic comedies have these days, but they do kind of force in pop music here and there. They just happen to put the dance music here. Now they also put it to a dance number because they're kind of cheating because there ain't no original music. They're already pulling songs that everybody loves.
Right.
Like they got Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody. And look, you hear that shit, you're gonna like it anyway. That's always gonna put you in a good mood.
Well, it's something you're gonna hear at karaoke.
Yeah,
Because they're at
true.
karaoke for that number.
Look, you're gonna be in a good mood. You put in a dance number, do it right.
Sure.
Because at first I wasn't getting into it, but then they started doing the choreography.
Yeah.
And they start infusing. I love it when they infuse comedy with choreography.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man, you getting me with this. And then there was one thing in here that just got me. I said, look, I don't know if you saw it,
I
but
think I know what you're talking about.
but I said, I know this probably wasn't meant to be anything, but you showed me that I'm in a real good mood right now. How much cocaine? How much cocaine did this bartender do before work? looking like a coked out muppet back there. I'm in the shot, yeah! My big break. You know the director was like, cut! You don't get this ADD motherfucker off my set. Sir, that's the producer's cousin. We can't. We got to put him in here.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
Did you see that? I'm like, this must be the director's boyfriend or somebody. I mean, who?
Wow. That is a lot.
And the thing is, even before they got to that shot, in the background, I even saw his ass in the background losing his shit. Like, look, like when they pull out, look, he's in the background already.
Wait, I don't see him there.
Oh, I saw him all through the shit. Let me show you. People, what we're looking at, there's a bartender who's losing his mind in the shot. I mean, he ain't even doing the dances that everybody else is doing. Right. Like there's one part where when they go far away in a wide shot, you kind of see him trying to keep up with everybody, but he's just like, fuck it, do my own thing. Look, you can see him over here in the corner.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, look, there he is again.
He's got the shakers.
Yeah, he's been losing his mind through this whole shit,
oh my
man.
God. I hope that at some point before I die, I can have that much fun just for 12 seconds.
Martin, you can. Shit, let me go get you an 8-ball real quick. Yeah! You know this fool has been auditioning for a movie for 3 years and finally got this little role right here as a dancing extra. Fuck yeah, man. I'm in the shot. Yeah. I love the way, what's her name right
Priyanka
here?
Chopra.
She's like, he's still behind me, right?
As long as he's back there, I don't have to worry about him.
Man, if you see the movie, if you're listening, you can go online and pick up the musical number clip. This fool, there's a bartender losing his fucking mind in the back. Or if you see the movie, you can see his ass on the wide screen, big screen, just out there, just having the time of his life. Yeah, I'm dancing. Mama, I just want to dance. But I saw that and I just like, man, okay, I give up, man. Anybody
If he's having that much fun, why am I sitting with a frown on my face?
Yeah, exactly, man. How can I hate a movie that leaves that guy in there? You gotta appreciate that. We were talking about how Happy Death Day took a risk.
Yeah.
This movie took a risk leaving his ass
That's
in
true.
there, and it paid off as far as I'm concerned. That guy put me in such a good mood.
Well, it's funny because that musical number, when it started out, I was rolling my eyes, and by the end, I was like nodding my head and tapping my foot, like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it, you guys, you win.
I'm telling you, man, that's it. They knew what direction to take that musical number in. There's even another musical number later in the movie that it's like I said, it's not the best. Neither is this one. Mm-hmm. But there's just something real cute about it, man.
Yeah.
It just puts you in a good mood. I mean, I can't really hate on it. Shit, even Liam Hemsworth, man, they introduced him as the asshole type guy, but when he became like the romantic world guy, the rom-com world guy, he was so funny to me.
Yeah.
Him and his brother Chris Hemsworth, they just gave up on trying to be that serious lead man thing. They both just getting that funny money now.
Well, I'm so used to Liam's his Hunger Game voice. Katniss, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is true.
So here he's like, yeah, mate, let's get together. You're quite beguiling.
Yeah, beguiling. Yeah, y'all beguiling. Him and his brother, man, they just like two big dumb puppies, man. The funnier they are, you know, and the cuter they are, man. You know, I don't want them to be. I don't ever want to see them in a serious role no more.
Right.
Yeah, just be them big two dumb dudes, man. Big two dumb funny dudes. And you know, and Liam Hemsworth had no choice. He said, "Shit, if people don't take Thor seriously, there ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about me." You know? Like, I ain't got no choice.
Oh, what if he called his brother up and go like, "Hey, guess what? I just got cast in a part where I'm the leading man, the handsome guy. What do you think about that?" Oh yeah, is your character a god? Man, fuck you. What'd you get cast in? Don't worry about it. You'll see. Click.
Yeah. I am a god to Rebel Wilson. Way to go, mate.
Well, that's all you need then.
Hey, look, the kids are waiting for lunch. Can I go?
What's that? Oh, sorry, the Avengers are calling. Oh yeah, this whole. I mean, I was the one who killed Thanos, but you know, whatever.
Fuck. Yeah, you keep playing with Rebel, man. That's fine. I got Thanos, you got Rebels. Hope good luck defeating her. I tell you one thing in the movie though, like he's just kind of goofily charming. But there was one part where they decided to kind of make him mentally challenged. I didn't understand.
I know. I didn't quite get that either.
Yeah, I didn't get that. It's just one part. Like, okay, why is he getting dumb now? You know, okay, all right, sure.
Adam Levine is real good in this, and I remember when his career first took off, I was like, all right, so you're just the younger version of Jack Black, but he gives us a different character here. He's still funny, but he's in just slightly goofy, but in a charming way. Like he knows what he's doing.
He's not that smug kind of man-child humor that he's been doing in other films. Here, he's very reserved. He's very charming because he's just he's funny but not overbearing. Just enough to crack a joke, self-effacing enough to like say, hey, I'm self-aware but not obnoxious with it.
He actually has good reactions to things too. There's things Rebel Wilson would say to him, or he say something to her, she say something back that's kind of insulting or missing the point.
Yeah,
and just his reaction to it without even saying anything, nonverbal reaction. I was like, yeah, he's really good at this.
I mean, and plus, I can't hate on him. He's stuck looking like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. I look at that, I'm just like, man, you just one chip tooth away from being Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber. But no, man, he's also throughout the whole movie, he just has a good nature. One of the things the movie does avoid is going down that, one of the tropes that they avoided that I thought was wise is that they avoided the whole the fight, the moment where the heated the heated dramatic moment, where they split up and all that kind of stuff. They didn't do that, man. A lot of the characters just remained really good natured in the film.
Something interesting about this film is that when I looked at the reviews of it, all the negative ones kept saying the same thing. They really, all of it, every single one of them said the same thing.
What's that?
Which was, it becomes that romantic comedy that it talks about that it hates. And I just thought, well, yeah, that was kind of the point of the movie. Because if you could say the same thing about Scream. They go on and on about horror movies, and yet it is a horror movie.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think it was going to go?
I don't know. It's almost like they wanted it to do something different. It was going to talk about those tropes and yet not have it in it, which I was like, that's what the movie's about.
That's what it's about. And I can even counter that. I can argue that because I admire. There's a very corny message in the movie, but the message itself was actually quite unpredictable. I definitely thought that this was going someplace else. Now, and it does. But before that, it went to another place where I was like, all right, that's kind of corny, but that's true. And I didn't see it coming. And I definitely thought that this was a good way to take this film in a direction that nobody could really see. Even if you did see it coming, it's even though it might be predictable, it's a good message. I'm not going to say what it is, of course, but I admired the movie for taking that step.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you're watching a Rebel Wilson movie. What the fuck do you think this is going to go?
I know. I mean, usually when she pops up in something, it's like, oh, here we go. This is going to get bad. And it's like, oh, okay, this is actually enjoyable.
What do you think she was going to do? Like have a tragic ending where she doesn't get the guy, she kills herself or something? No, that's art. Come on, man. What you think was gonna happen? Get out of here with that.
I know.
You talking about me nitpicking? You looking way too hard for something like that. I felt like there's definitely a lot more clever ideas and execution that could have been
Absolutely.
that could have been had with this film. But I gotta tell you, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was rooting for it at the end. I mean, that part I'm telling you with that message, I was like, yeah, go girl.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, all right. I just like the last film that we talked about. They're very similar in so many ways. The romance stories in there, trying a little something different with genre, but not perfecting it all around. And you have to call it on that. Same thing with this. It's a low matinee. Caught me by surprise how much I liked it at the end.
God damn it, man. I'm coming up at the same place with the low matinee.
Just means you got good taste, man.
And it's also, I thought the parallel to the last movie, where it's like, man, some great ideas, execution falls short. There's plenty that's enjoyable. A really good Valentine's Day movie. The big difference between this movie and the last movie is that I went into the last movie with high expectations, and I came into this one with low expectations.
Yeah.
And so that made me enjoy this, where I was like, all right, I was expecting a piece of shit, and I had fun. And while I didn't get a whole lot of big out loud laughs, I got plenty of chuckles all the way through it. But,
I can definitely see. I almost envy. I can definitely see going into this cold and not knowing what was coming up and being surprised by the turn it took.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely has it really does have an effect on your opinion when you don't know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can see things a little more clearly for the cleverness that it's trying to pull. But yeah, man, it's all right. It's low matinees all around for this one. I think it's a good date. Definitely a good date film for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So. Let's go ahead and get into.
And it's short.
Oh yeah,
it's like it's like 128 minutes.
Hour and 28 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, hour and 28 minutes.
No, I do not need to be in here for 120 minutes for this shit.
No,
hell no. No, hell no.
No, I just remember it started at 7 when we got out. My watch said 9:28, and I was like, damn.
Yeah. No, it's short. Believe me, because I know this movie had one more minute before it was going.
But you got to appreciate that where they went, guys. I think we should just wrap it up. We said everything we got to say. There's no reason to linger.
No, they really did. I mean, you could even see them. They just kind of like, well, what else? We got about 2 more minutes before we have to reach.
Do this.
Yeah. They say we got about 2 more minutes before we have to reach a full feature-length film, and they're not going to release this film. They're like, fuck dance.
Right. Big dance number.
Yeah, the big dance number. Yeah. They do. They stretch that shit. They dance for 2 minutes. Even the actors, this is a point where they're just like, shit, we tired.
That last dance number was too long.
Martin, they had to fill it in and make a full feature-length film. Y'all want to be released? You better keep dancing. Shit. Fuck. That was fun, right? Well, it doesn't have to stop. Press that subscribe button. And if you really love what we do, check out our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find a long-form version of this video. Also, the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com. And remember to always stay toasty.